or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
And we are all set and ready to go. Beautiful Wednesday. And, of course, Kimberly Juarez is with us. That was really hot. Right there it was.
That was a choke.
That was Juarez. Well, last time somebody said, what are you trying to be, a porn show? Well, now we're definitely not,
There you go.
Yeah, with something gravelly like that. So what's new, Kim?
Nothing much. Just here and waiting for this weather to get better.
I know. I'm so tired of it, man. And now we got a big snowstorm coming this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Are you supposed to have that too or no?
Yeah, we are supposed to have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about that. I'm just hoping. I'm not sending out that vibe. I'm not giving it any.
You're not going to give in to
not
it?
thinking about it, so it doesn't happen. There you go. Yeah.
That's funny. All righty. Well, tonight I am so excited.
It is going to be a good show.
It
Definitely.
is. We have Char Savoie from formerly of. I'm not going to do it. How you doing, Char?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We're holding in there pretty good.
Good.
So, what's happening? You working?
Well, yeah, I'm a little devastated after hearing we're getting a snowstorm. I didn't know that until just now.
I know, right? Yeah, there you go.
Well, that was the surprise.
I know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it starts Friday, Saturday, but there's going to be a big rainstorm coming, and I don't know. They didn't really say anything about ice storm, so let's hope it just washes away the snow's sins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go. That was dumb. But I'm sure it's going to freeze a little bit because
Yeah,
it's not going to
probably.
be that warm. So there. So, okay, now I've known you for years, and you're one of the first teams I got to know, and you were with, who were you with again?
Oh, you're going to make me do it, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go. I was with Freaks, Friends Researching Entities and Known Spirits.
Do it again.
No.
One more time.
Okay. Friends Researching. Oh, wait. What am I? Freaks. Oh, my God. See, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. So Freaks, Friends Researching Entities and Known Spirits.
Yeah, I love it. It's a lot better than Ross's team. AVI, Anoka, Paranormal Investigations.
All good.
When was this, Char, when you guys had started out?
Oh, we Freaks formed in 2010, I believe.
Yeah, so then that's when I met you too then. Yeah, so
Yeah.
about around that time. So yeah.
Gosh, that was a
God,
long
that is-
time ago.
I know,
It
but you're in
was.
bigger and greater things now.
Yeah,
It's-
so
I
yes,
love it.
Freaks is no more. Freaks has moved on. A lot of us have, moved away, got married, divorced, whatever. We've all had life happen and we've all moved on. Most of us are still friends, keep in contact, but no,
Most
we are
of us.
not a team. Most of us. So
That happens.
it happens. It happens.
does.
I mean,
It really
people
does.
moved away, you lose contact, whatever, and But so that is no more, unfortunately. But I'm grateful for it because I did meet a lot of really great people like you guys.
Right.
And a lot of other amazing teams, and just made a huge network of friends.
Yep.
So it
That's
was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you went on and started doing stuff even bigger and better. I mean, I always knew that you had, power, can I say? You know, like a superhuman type strength and stuff. I mean, well, you were an empath. Now you're a Reiki master. You have your, this is terrible. I didn't read it before I had you on. Don't hush now.
The spiritual part of you has grown tremendously.
And
I've watched you a lot. You know, I've watched you work.
Yeah.
So a lot of your spiritual background has totally heightened, like, tremendously. So
Absolutely. It's evolved quite a bit. I mean, honestly, I think I always had stuff and I didn't understand it, and that's why I was scared of it. I slept with the lights on well into my 30s. I mean, I was terrified. And so basically what happened then is my curiosity got the best of me. I had an opportunity to go to the Stanley Hotel right out of the gate. We're going to go big or go home, right?
Right.
So I went, and that's how it started, and I got curious, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't so scary. And it was ghost hunters that really kind of opened my eyes that not everything that is going bump in the night is going to drag me under the bed and take me to the depths of wherever, you know, because that's kind of where I was in my head. And so I learned a lot, actually, and then it kind of evolved. And then when getting into doing paranormal investigating, you know, led me to work in a haunted location, which led me to meet a ton of psychics and mediums and paranormal investigators and all these other. They kind of helped me find my path. And then from there, it just kind of evolved. And now I'm still in it, but just differently. So
Right. Exactly. Now, tell us a little bit about Charvinity.
Did you just look that up?
Yeah, I had to. I knew the name of it, and for some reason, I just couldn't think of it. Yeah, okay. And then also Jenny said it too.
Thank you, Jenny. So Charvinity is my own business. It's an LLC, and it is myself. It's my business of doing healings, readings. I also make a lot of different like divination tools like pendulums, dowsing rods, rune stones, different types of sprays and incense, just a whole bunch of metaphysical stuff and what I do personally. I also do kind of sprinkle in my paranormal in there. I haven't had a lot of time to do that, but it's growing, and I'm hoping to kind of merge the metaphysical and the paranormal, because quite honestly, that's my yin and my yang. I mean, that's who I am. I started in the paranormal. I am in the metaphysical, but to me, they're all the same thing. So if I sit down in a holistic shop with you and I do a mediumship reading, or if I go to an abandoned jail and sit on the floor and try to connect with the spirit, I'm doing the exact same thing. There's no difference. To me, it's just geography. So to me, it's all the same, and it's who I am. And so I want to be me, and I want to do what I do, and that's what I'm doing.
Nicely done. So now you've recently, you're also a radio host also?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not.
You just filled in?
I just filled in.
Oh, okay. I thought you just took the spot of a radio host. And I'm
no.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, no. That was one of those bucket list items you didn't know was on your list until you do it. And then I'm like, whoa, what just happened? So, no, my dear friend Greg Bakken, who does Ghostbox Live.
Yep.
He went on vacation and he asked if I would fill in for him while he was gone.
Nice.
So I stepped in and did a couple shows for him. So that was, you know, a little nerve-wracking, but I did it.
Very good.
I mean, yeah, I don't do radio. I've never done radio, so it was like, you want me to do what?
That's funny. I remember, Greg, when we did the Paranormal Affair down in Faribault.
Yeah.
And he, you know, I learned who he was and stuff, and I was talking to him, and I said, you should get a table. No, I can't do that. Why? Well, I can't speak in front of people. Oh, come on, man. You got to break out of your shyness.
I know, look at
that. You got to do this. And and it's like he got really mad at me there because I said, come on, dude, let's get you in there. No, stop it. I can't do it. He really was afraid of speaking in front of people.
Yeah.
Now look at him.
I know.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. He's he's another one that's grown along with the whole, with
Mm-hmm.
the, with the whole paranormal, with the paranormal peeps, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
he's grown tremendously too. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
2000.
so proud of him. He's just really going for it, doing what he wants to do, and I don't know. He's just a really good friend. I am really
yes,
proud to be his friend and honored.
absolutely.
And we actually are teaming up. We do some paranormal classes together. We wanted to break down how you do paranormal investigating, not just going in with equipment, but going in with your intuition.
Right.
How to do the research, how to do the review process, how to do from A to Z. And we broke it down into a 5-part series of teaching people how to do it. And then we take you somewhere for the entire weekend. So instead of only getting a
Nice.
couple hours to investigate, you've got 48 hours. You learned
Wow.
everything you need to know. Go.
That's cool. Very cool.
That's very cool. I like that. That's good. What's funny is that 2010 was really the paranormal year, I think. I think that's a year that most teams around the Minnesota area, even Wisconsin too, and everything, were done, and that was quite nice. There is some teams, of course, that, if they're 1 year older, they're like, no, we started it, man, in 2009. No. It grew.
Yeah.
And then it blossomed at one point. And I really got to say that I think it was a big, thumbs up to TAPS for coming out with what they did.
Yep.
I would never give the other guys any kind of kudos. You know who I mean? ZB and his boys.
Well, I mean, and I'm not going to like dog on anybody. They have their purpose.
I will.
Yeah.
Well, they have their purpose, and some of it actually, was beneficial because it opened up conversations of
That's right.
etiquette and what to do and how to do things. They also brought a lot of other venues to the
Right.
forefront. So, I mean, there is some good that has come out of some of that as well. So I won't
is
dog
true.
anybody on it, but yeah. But
Well, no, you did a
TAPS
good
is-
job of not doing any dogging. But you're right. It's, yeah. So, what was I going to say? Okay. Now, have you had the swarm of haunted dolls recently?
I don't do dolls.
Oh, you don't do? No, neither do I.
Have you ever experienced
Nope.
anything with a doll?
Oh, well.
Is that
yeah.
why?
Well, for one, they just kind of, I don't know if I had one younger. I feel like I kind of vaguely remember a doll doing something when I was young,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember what it was. But my mom loved horror movies, and I think I must have been about 4, and she watched the Trilogy of Terror. Is
Oh
that
my
what
God, I
that's
just
called?
talked about that movie.
Oh,
What
That
is
is
it?
the
Scarred
worst movie
for life.
ever.
Okay, what is it?
Scarred
What is
for
it?
life.
What is it? I asked you 3 times. What is it?
It's this haunted doll that comes to life and tries to kill this lady, but it's kind of a creepy.
It kind of comes from like Africa or something, and
Yeah.
it's like a statuette type of doll, and it looks like it's a tribe member of some sort, and so it looks black, and it has this little dagger with him. I mean, that was the most scariest movie I've ever seen, Char. So I know exactly.
Well, and I was 4 years old. That's a huge, hello, what are you doing, mother?
Yeah.
By the time I was like 6 or 7, we were watching The Exorcist. So, wonder why I slept with the lights on until I was like 35.
Exactly.
I
love
Thanks
it.
for the therapy, Mom.
Right? She's going to prepare you. So, yeah.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, but then when I was actually seeing things and having things happen, she's like, oh, that's just your imagination.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We actually don't have nothing to do with dolls. The last doll, it would be the last doll we ever had was one of our team members. Bella was given a doll from her husband's grandmother, I think it was. And anyway, she didn't like the idea because Bella's black and married her grandson, Casper, who's white. And it was a big problem. And so she made this doll, and it mirrored Bella, not in color, but as white, the eyes, the leg and legs and everything else and stuff. And she started getting sick. She was pregnant with Gio, her son, and she started getting really sick. And so she called us up and said, what can I do about this? I don't think this doll's right. I said, pack it in salt, put it out in the garage, get it away from you guys. She goes, what can we do about it? Well, I just happened to have Johnny Zaffis, his phone number. So I called him up and I said, hey, can I send this to you? And he's like, Jerry, it'll be like months, if not years. People have been sending me stuff.
Right.
He said, you can, but I'm not going to be able to get to it for a very, very long time. And I'm like, okay, well, no problem, And then I found two girls that were paranormal investigators, mother-daughter team, down in the Carolinas, where they were actually deputy sheriffs. And they said, send it to us. We investigate them, and then we destroy them. So they got the doll. They cleaned all the salt off. They put it in the doll room, okay? And then that night while they're sleeping, all of a sudden something was pounding on the doors of the doll room. And they both grabbed their Glocks and had them ready to go, punched open the door, and all the dolls that were in there were sitting across the room, and only that one doll was sitting up there where they put it. And it's like, oh my God. So there is no question there was something bad there. So then they took the doll out. They brought it onto holy ground. They burned it. They did all sorts of things to it, and they buried it right there on the spot that it will never be able to come back again. So it's like, dude, that is absolutely the scariest thing. And I remember Steph saying, don't touch it.
That's
don't touch
horrible.
it whatsoever. Oh my God. It was really a scary, scary thing. They're doing much better. As a matter of fact, tonight, it already started, was the premiere of a YouTube show that Bella has, which is called Wine and Spirits. Mm-hmm. And now what it is they talk about the paranormal while drinking wine. And so I love the concept. And I said, oh, okay, so spirits. And they said, well, spirits is once we get into the hard stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. What an interesting show. I think it's great. So they're going to be on our show after they do a few shows and everything, and we're going to kind of talk to them and everything. But it looks like I see Greg of Ghostbox is in the chat room right now. Good to see you, Greg. It's been a long time. Let's see.
Did he just get here? Because I just talked the heck out of him about 10 minutes ago.
Nope, he heard it.
Yay!
Yeah. Touchdown. All right.
No, I love you, Greg, and I meant every word I said, 100%. Absolutely.
And if you missed the first half, Greg, we'll tell you about the rest of it. Oh, he was disconnected, so oh darn. Well, we'll redo that spot. Jenny actually said 3 minutes ago, oh shoot, trouble is here. I think that's Greg. So, but yeah, so you've been doing all this stuff. Now, do you own someplace called the White Buffalo?
No.
Okay. Oh, you just work there?
No.
No, you do. She owns now a shop, don't you, Char?
No.
Well, I thought you did.
Okay, well, let's elaborate on it just a little bit, of one.
Because you make jewelry and stuff, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, no, there's something you do.
Oh, you guys are cracking me up. No, that's okay. It's okay. No, I do. I work a few days a week at Enchanted Boutique with Jenny out in Maplewood.
Okay.
And what is that exactly? What
so that is a metaphysical shop. And they just moved to Maplewood. Huge store. I think it's like 8,000 plus square feet. It's massively huge. Yeah. Beautiful. They had water break pipe break. So they're currently kind of shut down at the moment, trying to repair everything. We're going to do some live Facebook shopping. So visit their Facebook page. In fact, tomorrow night, I'll be helping with a Facebook Live tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Central Time. And then we are open to do like provider stuff, so I can still do readings and healings and things like that. It's not quite the way we had hoped it would be at this time, but we're getting there. We're working really hard on it. And if you want to go and find their Facebook page or their website and show them some love, that would be amazing. Every little bit helps right now to kind of help get through. We know what it's like when we all went through shutdown, a couple years ago. Right. We know how hard that is for a small business. So we're hoping to kind of stay alive by just doing the little things that we are. But so I do classes there as well. But I own Charvinity, which is my own thing. So I do my own classes online, sometimes in person. I currently am hoping to find some kind of spot to kind of do some of my own stuff as well, and kind of have a lot of big things on the vision board for this year. So I'm hoping to get those to work out and come true. So Charvinity is my business. So wherever I go, that is me.
Nice.
Excellent. Good to hear. And also, too, you were wrong. Jenny just told us 8,900 feet.
Well, I said a little over 8,000.
Okay. Well, just filling you in. So remember that, write that down on a piece of paper. Okay. So now, when did you start getting into all this? I mean, I remember you from, what's the name of that team that you were on again?
Stop it.
Jerry.
Freaks.
Oh my gosh.
Friends researching entities and
now everybody's going to go look for that page, and I'm not on there. Well, I am on there, but I'm not. No, so yes, this all started, 2010, 2009, somewhere in there. So what is that, like 10, 12 years? 12 years?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if I did math right, which is not my strong suit.
Now, does Bobby Sullivan still do stuff out of there, or no?
Out of where, Enchanted?
Yeah.
And not that I'm aware of, no.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I thought he did or something. I don't remember. I'm old.
Yeah, you're starting to not remember.
I know, it's terrible. You turn 59, everything goes to HE double toothpicks. It's terrible. We can't swear on here, so we had to really train Char in the beginning. F-bombs were flying. It was terrible. Okay, so...
I have a question.
Sure.
So are you going to start up the paranormal again? Are you going to start doing things and stuff like that?
Yeah, I never, I guess I kind of stopped, but I didn't officially stop. It just wasn't happening. Right. And I feel like, obviously the last couple of years has been a little wonky for everybody to do anything, but
right, that's how I feel.
Yeah. So I was still kind of doing stuff, just kind of under the radar, just doing my own thing, not really connecting it to anything. Like I mentioned earlier, me and Greg are doing those classes, so we're trying to kind of bring that connection back together. And I think we have a couple other things in the works too, and then just doing some other stuff. I don't really think I have a team or anything like that. I'm just kind of doing my own thing, I guess. And I guess that's for today, that's where it's at. Who knows, 6 months from now, things could change. It's kind of leaving it open and see what happens, I guess. But yeah, I'm really enjoying doing the paranormal now that I'm more open and more in tune with the whole mediumship thing, and that whole thing kicked in, just brings it to a whole nother level.
So yeah, that's what I was about to ask you too, was how is that now? Is it like a whole, like a heightening of some sort that you've gotten, you even seem to be more, you know what I mean? Because to me, when I met you, I just thought, you were just the greatest person ever. And, we always took selfies. We always were just out there. You always said hello, never failed or anything like that. Just a genuine person. But I feel like now you've grown so much, like everything seems so just great. You know what I mean? in life the way, because we're friends on Facebook. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we don't talk all the time. When we see each other is more like when we go to a Unity or whatnot or whatever, but I mean, I just one day I saw you working, and that's what got me. I saw you working, and you were reading this woman, and this was at Paracon. You're reading this woman, and she was literally crying. But what you did for her, because I was just shocked, and she was just crying, and she says, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing like she was so happy what you were telling her." And I just felt like, wow, this is great, I mean, to me, you're just in a whole different, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't like eavesdropping on you or see
No,
like,
no.
you know what I mean? But
She
I
was
just thought it was
total
awesome.
stalker.
Yeah, yeah, maybe I am. Okay, but I just thought it was
first
amazing.
of all, thank you. That makes me feel good, because there's moments, especially I think those last 2 years, let's face it, it's been a roller coaster ride. So I think there's some times of like, am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right place? Am I even like, what am I doing here? So thank you. That gives me some validation, and that makes me feel good. And I'm not trying to boost my ego or anything, but there are times where it's just like, what am I doing here? Like, why? Like, what is this?
Right.
But
we all do that.
Yeah, but there's those moments just like that where, somebody comes in and you have that moment of just like, oh, that just happened,
Yeah.
and I half the time I don't remember what I say because I'm picking up the information for somebody else, but I've had some moments, some readings that stuck with me that I did for people that I was like, I can't believe that happened. Like, I didn't even know that was possible. And, and I've had tons of people not just tell me, but other mediums that I know say, I have gone to years of therapy to get through this, and what you just did in a half an hour is so much more than that. And it's not me doing it. It's me allowing that person from the other side to connect with them, to give them closure, to heal some of those wounds, those empty spots that they had. None of this is really me. It's just me being able to channel that information. It's just like, if I have a garden and I have a spigot on my house and I need to water the garden, you need a hose to do it. I'm just that tool in between that's allowing that flow to happen.
Absolutely.
And I had one spirit that he waited for this person and barely knew them, but she did some kind gesture for him that meant the world. And as soon as he got the message across, I literally could see him turn around and walk into the light. And it was like,
awesome.
What just happened here? Like, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it, but I mean, it was, I mean, I could feel, how it sounds really cliche, but how you hear people talk about, like, when they have a near-death experience, you feel the warmth, the light, the love. And I was feeling it coming off of that. And I'm like, this is the most incredible thing I've ever felt in my life. Like, I will never forget this. I literally told her, I'm like, don't pay me. This was the best thing ever. Like, I can't take your money. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, that, thank you for letting me be a part of your reading, because that was beyond anything I could imagine.
And I honestly think that whenever somebody comes to you, I really believe that it's part of your journey. That's something that I believe that's something that was going to happen, with you, so I think each experience that you're having, it's part of your spiritual journey, and you're learning from it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, And the interesting thing too, and I've noticed this with a few of my friends that are mediums too, we tend to get the readings that relate to us. Right. So it is very much, it's kind of almost like when you connect with people, there's something about them that you guys are just understanding of each other. There's just, you've been through a similar circumstance or something where there's just that moment of, I get you, and I feel like I get certain readings because the spirits are like, you get this, you will understand. And I'll be frank and honest. I struggled a lot of my life with depression and suicidal issues, a lot. I did too. And so a lot of the readings I get are spirits that went through that. And because I can feel what that feels like, I can relate that in words to the person sitting in front of me. And I feel like that's what allows me to be the good connector for that situation, is because I understand it. Right. If I'm, It'd be like, Jerry, if you were a medium and you were trying to channel something, you were trying to sympathize with the spirit to tell the mother and the daughter about childbirth, you'd be like, well, it's a thing. You just didn't go through it. You don't know. But because
Right.
I know, I can relate. I get the feeling of what they're feeling, and I know what that feeling is, and then I can relay that.
Right. All right, we got to take a moment here. We're going to go on break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes with Char Savoie.
If you're looking for a truly unique podcast experience, we have you covered. Spirit by You with CJ Dunham airs live from the Third Coast in Southeast Texas on Tuesday and Fridays at midnight Eastern Time, covering Creole folklore and folk magic to strange paranormal activity to new equipment for the field. CJ Dunham is a Catholic swamp witch, a devotee to our Mother Mary in the Trinity, a true believer in our Lord, the Holy Ghost, and Christ. Peace be with your spirit and the spirits by you.
Hey Heidi, have you listened to The Calling lately? Why, yes, Steph, I have. It's really good. Have you? Absolutely. It's what I would say is a wild and woolly affair. So does that mean it's a wild and woolly Wednesday show? Well, I definitely think that's true. So you know we listen, since The Calling is the sibling show to our show, The Gathering. Listen to The Calling radio show with Jerry and Kimberly Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the ParaX Radio Network.
Dead Zone. I want to give a huge shout out to Shauna and congratulations on her new podcast, Exploring the Paranormal Perspective. You'll hear some amazing guests like me, paranormal and true crime stories, and more. Catch her Wednesdays at 8 Central on the ParaX Radio Network.
Your source for everything paranormal. ParaX.
And we're back. This is Jerry with The Calling with the one and only Kimberly Juarez and our guest, Char Savoie. And but first off, if you just are joining us now and you're like, hey, where's the first half of the show? Oh my God, I'm late. Don't fear. Tomorrow I will have the show put on our website, www.thecallingradioshow.com, or on our YouTube, The Calling Radio Show. And hey, when it comes to entertainment and everything, ParaX, boom, there you go. That's it. Check it out. Right after us is Geeks Paranormal. Every Tuesday night, you have Stephanie and Heidi on The Gathering. Check them out. They're pretty good. Not too bad. Last night, if you missed it, they had the Paranormal Smorgasbord, which is one of their most popular shows. You guys should check it out. So, okay, we are back. And also, too, just one, well, we're going to do that at the end of the show. So, okay, we're back with you, Char. And we've got some questions here. Let's see. Steve B is asking, how do you protect yourself?
Oh, that's a really good question. I do a lot of grounding and protection. I kind of use my intuition on if I want to use crystals and what crystals I use. A lot of prayer. I put up my shields. I call in my spirit guides. Just an array of things. And sometimes I do a lot more grounding and protecting to go to Walmart than I do for most things. But I mean, and psychically too, sometimes I might wear a hat and that kind of caps off everything and kind of closes it down, kind of puts a little shield up there. So, I mean, lots of different things, I guess if I do some things and then somehow that isn't working, I'll add something else in. Sometimes I'll do all of them. Sometimes I just need one. A lot of Florida water.
Gotcha. Okay, question here. This is actually from one of our listeners. It's through the Calling Radio Show Facebook page. They're asking, when it comes to protection, on yourself. So in other words, have you ever had something that you just don't want to deal with? You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to feel anything about it, that it may be a message for someone, but it's actually negative. Have you ever had something like that happen?
So you mean, did I get like a psychic negative thing that for somebody else and tell them?
Correct.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep.
Not real bad. Not, more of like, it was just kind of like a be careful, but not like a real like negative thing. I don't think I really have, honestly. A lot of it is just kind of more, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Are you feeling okay? Just kind of checking in kind of thing, but nothing really, really negative that I can recall anyways. I mean, I think a couple times I called somebody, and because I called them, they didn't get in their car and there was an accident. So I don't know if that helped prevent them from getting in the accident. So something like that. But I've never had anything super negative other than that. I've had a lot of positive. I get a lot of positive stuff. So, I mean, I think that might be a big misconception, is like you get a lot of the positive stuff more so than the negative.
Okay. Now, Char, you're Char. She's
I
saying,
am.
Char, please say more about Florida water. Exactly.
I was just going to ask.
Yeah,
Ooh.
sorry, Kim.
So
Yeah,
how do
go
you
ahead and
use
ask her.
the Florida water?
Okay, so Florida water is like my jam. I love Florida water. So Florida water, you don't drink it. It's something that you can use in case you can't light sage. So if there's somewhere you can't use smoke, you can use Florida water. It's called Florida water because they thought it had the essence of the Fountain of Youth, which was founded in Florida, but it's been around since 1808. It's a product from Peru. I don't get money for saying all this. I just really love it. So, but it's very calming, refreshing. It's got like a lavender and like some lemon and orange smells to it. So it's really calming and relaxing. But you use it for negative energies. I can also put it on my head for headaches. I will rub it on my third eye if I need to clear out any information that's gotten stuck there. The other thing too, and here's my biggest tip for people, if you're trying to learn how to ground and you're struggling, if you get to that space of feeling grounded, which is being present in your body and feeling safe, if you have something that you can spray on your hands and smell, our sense of smell is one of the strongest things that we have. So if you're having a tough day and you have something that you can smell that can help bring you back to that grounded space, and Florida water happens to be mine. So I have Florida water everywhere I go.
Nice.
Interesting. Now, so exactly what is it? It gives off a smell?
It's like essential oils basically in this in a bottle of liquid, and it's like lavender, orange, lemon. It's kind of like light citrusy, calming smell. It comes in a pourable bottle, so you have to get like an extra spray bottle to spray it. You can dilute it. Some people think it's too strong. You can dilute it, but I would dilute it with like distilled water, not tap water. And it works great. I use it when I go to like holistic fairs, if I'm doing like healings and I can't light in the middle of a ballroom or a conference room. I'll spray the bed over or myself with the Florida water. I use it for grounding. I take it everywhere.
Nice.
Interesting. I guess, I hear people talk about it and stuff like that, and I've never really knew how people use it or anything like that. Interesting. Very interesting. So curiosity, this question I got right here, somebody must know you and they're not telling me their name. So they want to know, what does your better half feel about all this?
Oh, she loves it. She thinks it's amazing. She's into the paranormal. So oddly enough, Jerry, when we took that group to the Palmer House, how many years ago, she was in that group, as a friend.
Was she really?
She was. So, and she's super, super, super skeptical, but she's kind of come around and not so skeptical anymore. It's hard to be skeptical when you're around me, apparently. And she's had her own experiences. She's like the biggest cheerleader ever. I mean, seriously, she will repost everything I do. She will tell everybody about me. She walks around with my business cards in her pocket. I mean, she biggest cheerleader ever, and I am so grateful, so honored, and just like I have the best person in the world to be with.
Awesome. That's great. What about your kids? What do your kids feel? Because your kids were part of the team for a while, weren't they? What was that name of that team again that you had?
I don't know.
Freaks, wasn't it?
It was. So, yes. Growing up, my kids were a little terrified. They didn't get it. They didn't understand. They thought it was weird. And then I think when the psychic and the mediumship started coming out, they're like, oh, what is this? You know? Right. And they're coming into their own gifts a little bit, and they all have a little bit of something. So it's kind of in here. But now that I have grandbabies, they're all like, well, you can totally let them, work with them. And if they're psychic or have gifts, you're all in, Mom, go for it. I'm like, okay. So, but no, I took my kids on investigations, and sadly, the first one I took my oldest daughter on did not go well, and so she kind of got a little scarred from that one. And but
where was that at?
So, that was Villisca. So rightfully so, she got the bejeebers scared out of her. We all did, and yeah, she didn't want anything to do with it for a long time. But now she's kind of like, And the grandbabies, they've got a little bit of something going on. So we'll see where that leads to.
Okay. Let's see. So what are some of the places that you've been to? Again, more questions.
Well, I've been to the Stanley Hotel. I've been to Waverly. I've been to Ohio Reformatory. I've been to Villisca a lot. I've been to the First Ward House out in Wisconsin, but it's not open right now. And I've also been to the Palmer House, and I feel like I'm forgetting something. Been to a few places, but I've done a lot of like private residences and businesses that I can't talk about. So it seems like I've only have a handful of things, but there's a lot that I can't talk about. We did Billy's in Anoka. We investigated there. So yeah, lots of places, just some are private, unfortunately.
Awesome.
Well, fortunately,
awesome. But Kimmy, you got a question? Because I got a bunch of them, but I want to make sure you get in there.
So when you're investigating, what would be your go-to tool?
Me.
Other than I was just gonna say you can't use you though, because
my must-haves is a recorder and a flashlight for sure. Yeah. My next piece that I would probably pick would be a K2 meter. Just as I don't do big fancy equipment just because I'm not rich. So, and I have my dowsing rods, and I love my dowsing rods. So, nice. I guess those would be the things. But I like using me. I like doing that. And I was doing a form of the Estes method long before the Estes method.
Yep.
The what?
The Estes method. So like when you blindfold and you cover your ears.
Oh, yeah.
I love doing that. I really do. Yeah. I get good results from it.
Major.
I remember that when we did that with you, and that was...
we did it at the Palmer.
Yeah, when we had the MPC going at that time. Yeah, it was very interesting, very interesting. Kind of scared the crap out of me. I've never done it again since then. It was interesting, but... anyway, let's see. Okay, keep going, Kimberly. I lost my questions.
So, I mean, okay, so you say so you use that I can't even say it as experience. So, I mean, do you have like certain people to go with you to do it? Because sometimes I feel like if I switch it out too much, it doesn't seem like it comes through quite a bit, through the spirit box. So this, what she's talking about, is the spirit box, and you do the blindfold, and somebody else asks the questions. So
actually, I do it without the spirit box.
Okay.
I put headphones on with like just music, no words, and blindfold, and then somebody in the room will ask questions, and I get the intuitive answers.
Okay.
So, but honestly, I'm going to sound kind of snobbish, but this is how it is. I go very selectively with people on investigations.
Okay.
Just because I need to know who they are, what they're about, and honestly, I need to know that person, because if anybody alters or changes at any point, I need to know instantly, even for myself. And I need to know that they know I've shifted too, because that's the point where something needs to get taken care of and handled. And if you're with a group of people that don't know you, nobody's going to know if you're in trouble.
Right.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because in any type of event or anything that we've ever put together, that's always my biggest fear, that someone is going to ruin it, not by, well, could be ruining it, but instead of being serious, that they decide they're going to joke around, and that's going to destroy everybody that's with you, to try to show them exactly what you're doing. And when you said skeptical, I am a huge skeptic on everything. I just recently had a guy send me a video that was taken off of his garage cam, and he's like, "Can you explain this? This was a demon." And I took a look at it, and I just started laughing to myself, and I sent it back, and I said, "That's an ant on your lens." And he's like, "No, it's not. You don't know what you're talking about." Okay. All right. Have a great night with your aunt. You know, I mean, what else can you say, you know? But there's some things out there that you just can't explain. But also, too, when people put it on YouTube, there's so many people out there that believe YouTube is where it's at to find the latest paranormal type stuff. It is not, because a lot of it are people that they're faking it. You know, I mean, some things may be real, some things may not be real. But, you know, you'd have to watch it to really know what I'm talking about. I know that sounds silly, but I'm very big on the skeptic part of it and everything, because, I mean, especially like Bigfoot and stuff like that. You know, somebody says, "Oh, I have DNA of Bigfoot." How do you know it's DNA? Did you ever have it checked? No, I just know that it is. Okay. You know, you try to leave it alone. I try to shut my mouth, and it's like, I can't shut up. You know, no, it can't be. I've seen Bigfoot. I know Bigfoot's real. It's a real thing. But, you know, for someone to put that kind of stuff out there for people, it kind of hurts the paranormal, supernatural world. Because we all got to go, if we're paranormal investigators, I do believe that there's a difference between ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. So you're saying ghost hunters, those are the ones that Stephanie, she's with Squatchers. She's also with Sim. She goes, "We know." And it's like, oh, I think that's because of my being such a skeptic. But anyway, you know, it's like, it seems like some teams out there just want to go and get the fear of it, you know, and get the thrill. And they think that they're helping the people of the house with their screaming, yelling, hollering, and leaving. They're not. Those people are definitely afraid of something in their home. That's why you need paranormal investigators to go in and to help you research. It may be something no more than electrical problem, or like George that time, he took a person's lock apart on their door and then put it back together again. It was a faulty spring, you know. So I mean, it's just crazy. And Karen's saying the world is full of fakers and cons. Bingo, that is for true, big time, and stuff. But I tell you, I've followed you for a long time now, Char, and I am impressed. When you first started out and everything, 2010, like we all did, you were with, what was it called again? Friends Researching, what was it? Friends Researching.
I'm going to let you struggle.
Which I don't think he's struggling. He just wants you to say it.
I know.
I know.
So, Char, what is the place that you would like to go to investigate?
Well, you know, there's always the the typical bucket list places. I would love to go to the Queen Mary. I think that would be super amazing.
Which one's that?
The Queen Mary.
Oh, okay.
And then, Gettysburg, of course. I would love to get out there. And then, anywhere over in Europe. Gosh, that stuff is so way back. I personally think, whether it's haunted or not, I'm thinking it is, but the Roman Colosseum, can you imagine what you could encounter there?
Right?
That'd be a little intense.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
because so much happened there. Much happened there.
Animals, gladiators, you name it, they're all there. And it would just, I would have to bring a few pairs of pants for it, but I think it would be fun to kind of experience that and just be in that energy a little bit.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Now, tell me a little bit about what's happening at Waverly.
Waverly Hills. So, what's happening at Waverly? I know next week you have Ernie on, and he'll is a wealth of information about this. But Waverly is owned by Charlie and Tina Mattingly, and they brought in friends and created a Waverly Hills Historical Society to help run the place. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned, and the Historical Society has outed Tina and Charlie. They actually lived at Waverly, and they have removed them from the building. So the rightful owners of Waverly Hills are not even allowed to be in the building. It's not okay. And so it's just, I don't have a lot of words for it. I know Ernie has so much more details about it, but there's a whole Save Waverly Hills. Mm-hmm. There's a Facebook page for it. There's a SaveWaverlyHills.com. It's all about helping Charlie and Tina fight the legal battle to get that building back. We need Waverly back. They need to have their rightful building back, their home back. All of their assets have been frozen because of this. They need their lives back. So this is about Tina and Charlie getting their life back. This is about Waverly getting back to where it needs to be, and getting the people that actually love the building for the building and for the spirits back, and not just want to make money off of it. Right. So SaveWaverlyHills.com. If you go there, you'll get more information. Definitely, please, if you can help in any way, or even just sharing the page out is helpful. Just getting that word out. Right now, if you book any kind of event like an investigation or a tour at Waverly Hills, it is not helping Charlie and Tina.
Okay,
it's actually
good to know
it's actually helping the Historical Society, the ones that are taking it away. So we need to freeze everything at Waverly Hills, help Charlie and Tina get it back, and then we can flood going back.
And I talked to Ernie last night, and as a matter of fact, next week on The Calling, we are going to have Ernie on, and Ernie is with Waverly, and he is very passionate about getting everything changed. Now, Greg has put SaveWaverlyHills.com into the chat room. Everybody, please do take a look at it, and it's very important. I'm very passionate about Waverly. Waverly was the very first, I call them paranormal vacations, spots that I ever went to. And it's just incredible. It's an incredible place. And for someone to take it over, like the Historical Center, and what are they doing with the money? It's just going in their pockets. They're not doing anything more with that. They've right. I think, what was it, the husband of the wife that took it over or something? They made him the head of it. They're paying him a 6-figure salary.
Wow.
And he doesn't do nothing except for sit there and take the money. So, of course, they love to get the money, but if everybody can just hold off, Waverly's not going anyplace. Right. The spirits are going to be there waiting for you and everything else, hunting you and everything. So just hold tight. Don't go quite yet. Let everything get settled first, and then, then go at it. Then you'll know that Charlie and Tina, you'll be able to see them again there. We went there. We had some incredible things happen at Waverly, and that was back, my God, what was that, 2014, 2015, something like that. It was an incredible time, incredible. I loved it. So yeah, you gotta hang tight, people. Hang tight. Okay, and also Greg put on the website because Steve was asking, does Char have a website? Greg, excellent, www.charvinity.com.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, Jenny, we lost Jenny, but then we gained Greg, so that's awesome.
And I have a little ghost glow-in-the-dark ghost necklace that's handmade by me that I'm selling on my website. If you go to Charvinity on Facebook, you'll see the link for it. You'll see pictures of it, and they're $15, but $10 of every necklace is going to go to SaveWaverlyHills.com. I want to put as much as I can into it. I know it's not a lot. I don't have a lot, but whatever I can do to help, I'm trying as much as I can. I love Ernie, Denise, Leanne, Todd, all of them that are putting up the fight. I never got to meet Charlie and Tina, but I love them for what they've done and what they do, and I want to fight as much as I can.
Right.
This is awesome. This is really good because it's really a good cause. You can't let people start taking away something that, it doesn't belong to them. And the thing is, the land belongs to Charlie and Tina. They own the land, but yet they get ousted off of it. That's just a horrible. Oh, it makes me mad. I could swear, but I don't want to send any more cookies to CC or Sarge. So that's how it goes. That's how we get fined around here. We have to send cookies.
Oh, I'd be in trouble.
I know. We've had to mute her, guys, every time now. Says. Well, this is really good. So, okay. Anything else? We got about 3.5 minutes left. Anything you'd like to share with everybody?
No, I just, I'm passionate about what I do, and I just love to connect for people. So if you want to find me on Facebook and say hi, I'd love to say hi. If you have questions, feel free to message me any questions. And thank you for letting me be here. It's been a great time. It's been nice to talk to both of you again. It's been quite a long time since then. So,
right.
It has been a long time.
Yeah.
Too long.
And when we're in these conventions, we're always so busy, we don't even get the time to talk or chat or anything like that. So it's good to reconnect, definitely.
Absolutely.
Pretty much the only thing we get is a great big hug and a hello, which
I know.
means a
maybe
ton,
a selfie, a little picture there.
There you go. And then it's like, hurry up, I got to get back, thing, which I totally get. So, okay, everybody. So remember, Charvinity.com. Check her out. And she's over now. Are you over at the boutique there, Enchanted Boutique? Are you there like certain hours or no?
I'm there Thursdays and Fridays. Usually Thursdays, 12 to 6. Usually at 6 o'clock, I'm teaching some kind of class. On my website are all the classes that I teach as well. And if I do put up classes that I teach online, I do a lot of online teaching as well. So if you're somewhere outside of the area, you can still take a class with me. And then I'm there Fridays, like 11 to 3.
Excellent. And then everybody just, if you could, say a little prayer for Ukraine. And let's get all their energy going great again and strong so that they can combat the evil there. So we appreciate you big time, Char. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm not going to ask you to say that name again, and I won't do it again till the next time you're on the show. Perfect. So thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Para X. Thank you, Sarge. You're absolutely wonderfully wonderful. And you all have a great night. Thank you very much.